expect that our first speaker is Wisam. He is working in GS as a project manager, and he is our super duper master, and he's very passionate and very enthusiastic in public speaking. And sadly, he should leave for his country, Syria, next month. And he will be evaluated by Jin. So Jin, could you please introduce his project title and his speech title and project?
Yes, Wisam's doing his book number 6. The title is Obedience to Authority, and his speech objective today is first to use voice volume, pitch, rate, quality to reflect and add meaning and interest to your message. Second, to use pauses to enhance your message. And third, to use vocal variety smoothly and naturally. And his time limit is 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Jin. So, Wisam, are you ready?
The year is 1961. The World War II has already came to conclusion long time ago. And the highlight of the year was the trial of the last Nazi war criminal in Jerusalem. But our story doesn't take place in Germany or in Jerusalem, but far away in the quiet city of Haven, USA, the hometown of Yale University. And the hero of our story is a professor, goes by the name of Professor Milgram, who would soon to be called the man who shocked the world. And our story takes place in a quiet summer afternoon in one of Yale's university's laboratories. A voice breaks the silence. I cannot continue anymore! Please stop! My heart is hurting me! I don't want to continue with this experiment! Please stop! Please stop! Professor! He cannot continue. Please, I cannot continue doing this experiment also. I can hear him screaming. What should I do? Can I stop? I have hired you to continue this experiment. There will be no long-term tissue damage. You did it, 40 people before you did it, you're going to continue. This experiment is to test the human's behavior for learning under punishment. Please continue, you have no other choice. Applying 380 volts to and he continues increasing the voltage more and more until he reaches 450 volts. And he doesn't stop on that. He repeats it 3 times because of the command of the professor. But you can now take a deep breath, ladies and gentlemen, because the whole thing was a hoax. The experiment was actually not on this subject. He was an actor. This professor was also an actor. The only person who was the subject of the test is the man or the lady out of 40 individuals taking place in this experiment, aged between 20 and 50 years old, similar to over here. How many over here would obey this professor and apply this voltage on a human being? This experiment was done to test the human reaction under authority. Would you harm another human being? Would you? How many over here do you think applied 450 out of 40 people? 1? 2? This is the shocking part of this experiment. 26 people out of 40 people, 26, 65%, reach 450 volts and applied it 3 times on this person. It was only on audio which we're hearing. They were not actually harming anybody. It's remarkable how much obedience can have power over us, can make us go against our own morals and inflict unbelievable damage on people. During the Nazi trials, the soldiers were saying that we were simply following orders. How many over here works in the banking industry, where you might give away loans to people you know they will never be able to pay back and will end up repossessing their houses? How many over here would be working in the medical industry and would deny medical help to people to save your company or your hospital some money? Then go back and think everything is okay. We've all been trained to obey authority since we are young children. We never question our parents, our teachers, our professors, and our bosses. It's very hard for us to say no to authority. And we might end up pushing the high voltage against all morals that we have learned when we were young. We should question everything. Question your authority. Question in your work. People always know what's the right thing to do. They repeated this experiment. They only added one different factor. They added one actor sitting next to this guy. And when the thing went to that limit, he said, "No! Keep your stinking money, I'm walking away." You know what's the percentage of the people who ended up reaching the 450 volts? It decreased dramatically from 65% to 20%. Everybody knows what's the right thing to do, but they are not courageous enough to do it. During the World War II trials, they said, "Oh, the Germans are all, maybe it's a German thing. The Germans are unusually susceptible for obedience," but this experiment took place in the USA. We all know what's the right thing to do. We have to listen to this voice inside our heart, which will tell us what's the right way to go for. Listen to it, because chances are you're absolutely correct. Thank you.
And, well, I forgot to mention, when I asked him about what do you think about true leadership, and he said, a true leader is the person who dedicated the most and handling the crisis very quickly and very well. Okay, our second speaker is Jae Ung Yoon. He will do